I'm Heidi Rader here in the Alaska Garden. I'm an associate professor of extension with the University of Alaska Fairbanks, and I'm going to talk all about growing vegetables, flowers, and berries productively and sustainably in Alaska. Honeyberries or Haskaps are a unique berry. Not only that, honeyberries vary in shape, size, productivity, taste, timing, and evenness in how they ripen, as well as in how easy they come off the bush. The taste of honeyberries is often compared to other berries. I think the taste is unique, and you should try it and make your own comparisons, or not, with other berries. I have filmed several videos on berries, and they are roughly in order of my personal preference. First on cultivating wild blueberries, next strawberries, then raspberries and currants. So now I'm tackling honeyberries or haskaps, so they are my fifth favorite berry. They would be sixth if you include cloudberries, but I'm not going to write about cloudberries since they are generally not cultivated, although there may be ways to protect and promote their growth in the wild. Some berries require full sun, a narrow pH range, and well-drained soils. Honeyberries, on the other hand, tolerate partial shade, wet soils, and a wide pH range. Their pruning requirements are more manageable than other types of berries. They also won't take over your backyard with thorny bushes like raspberries tend to do. What's not to like about a berry that is easy to grow, cold hardy, highly productive, and ripens earlier than most berries? Lonicera cerealia, or honeyberry, haskap, blue honeysuckle, was originally cultivated in Japan and Russia. Later, researchers at Oregon State University and the University of Saskatchewan bred many new varieties. Almost 20 varieties of honeyberries have been planted at the University of Alaska Fairbanks Georgeson Botanical Garden, where I am right now, over the years, and there's quite a patch that has started to grow together. Of these varieties, Borealis and Bluebell are the only ones that I think are still widely available. Borealis was touted as the best tasting variety in the University of Saskatchewan fruit program in 2007, but Boreal Blizzard may have surpassed it. In 2021, the Boreal series, Boreal Beauty, Boreal Blizzard, and Honeybee, pollinator for Borealis Tundra and Indigo series, developed at the University of Saskatchewan in 2017, were planted here at the Georgeson Botanical Garden. Boreal Beauty matures about a month later than the other honeyberries, and Boreal Blizzard has large, very tasty berries. The plants all seem to be thriving here in Fairbanks, according to manager Lacey Higham. The Alaska Berry Farm has also bred a number of Haskap varieties that thrive in Alaska. They say they are somewhat similar to each other. Utah State University Extension recommends Tundra Borealis, Indigo Gem, Blue Lightning, and Kamchatka. Along with choosing varieties for taste or other characteristics, you need to choose at least 2 varieties that will pollinate each other. For Haskaps to set fruit, each variety must be pollinated by a variety that is compatible and that bloom at the same time. There's a chart that delineates which varieties are compatible for cross-pollination. It was created by Dr. Bob Boers, who is a Haskap researcher and breeder extraordinaire at the University of Saskatchewan. A so-called pollinator plant is one that is usually not as tasty as the primary variety you are growing. One Green World has 28 honeyberry varieties. Descriptions include timing of maturity and which varieties are compatible pollinizers. If a pollinator plant is less desirable, you can plant it as few as you can in as few as a 1:24 ratio if you lay it out. However, if the pollinator variety is as desirable as the other variety, you can simply plant them in alternating rows. To maintain individual plants, plant 4 to 4.5 feet apart with rows 8 to 10 feet apart. For a hedge, plant 3 feet apart. Haskaps tolerate a wider range of soil acidity or alkalinity than many other types of berries, up to nearly a pH of 8, although a pH between 5 and 7 is ideal. Unlike many berries, they thrive in wetter soils, although well-drained soils are ideal. Soil should be fertilized before planting as well as each spring. Newly established plants need to be regularly watered, but established plants require less water. Weeding is also important during the establishment period. After plants are about 3 years old, dead or damaged branches should be pruned, as well as up to about 25% of the older branches. This will help maintain adequate airflow and productivity of the plants. Birds will eat the honeyberries before they're even ripe, so you'll need to cover the berries with mesh netting with holes of 1/2 inch or less. You can float the netting over the berries or erect it over poles so that you can more easily harvest. Some varieties hide their berries from the birds a little better than others. Powdery mildew may be an issue as well. Additionally, the honeysuckle moth has been found in south central Alaska by Alexandria Weninger, entomologist at the University of Alaska Fairbanks Cooperative Extension. The moth does some damage to developing shoots by tying leaf shoots together with silk. Late May to June, Weninger suggests opening up those tied shoots and squishing the caterpillars. Be prepared for ones that rappel down the silk and try to get away. Honeyberry flowers are one of the first flowers to emerge in the spring and are frost and cold hardy. Bumblebees or honeybees may pollinate these early flowers. Honeyberries may appear to be ripe before they are truly ripe, but won't taste as good as ripe berries and will still be a little green inside. You'll want to wait 5 to 10 days to harvest from when they start turning blue on the outside to fully ripen on the inside. Before you harvest in mass, taste a few, which don't we do that anyways? There is a range depending on the variety of earliness to ripen, even ripening, and how quickly they ripen. Some varieties of Haskaps hold on to their berries longer, while others tend to drop them sooner. According to the University of Saskatchewan, mature Haskap plants can produce 5 to 10 pounds of fruit each year or more. If you don't have space or don't want to grow your own Haskaps, look for a local you-pick berry farmer near you. Try eating honeyberries fresh, in a pie, in muffins, or make jam with them. Check out the recipes and the links for this video.